which is nothing.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, any special requests? We've got deep power.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Oh,
Anything in particular, or should I just do something?
Stu.
Just do something.
Yeah, just
Okay. All right. There's Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Hi,
Glad you could join us.
me too.
Okay, I'm gonna get this thing going. We've got deep power. No special requests unless you've got something, Wendy.
I don't, but that puppy is super cute.
I know. She's like, so much. Okay. Oh, are you talking about Barb's?
Oh,
Both.
Both of them are the
Oh,
cutest.
say hi.
both of them are the cute.
Okay, that's a pretty cute. That's a pretty cute pup, Barb. I gotta admit.
It's my daughter's. We're taking care of him while she's out of town.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a yoga dog. He's gonna do down dog, up dog.
Yeah, they show us how it's done. Got lots of length. Okay, let's do the thing. I'm muting you guys.
Okay.
So fun is over. Just serious now. Okay. Let's just start in a comfortable seat. So go ahead, and if you're not already in your seated meditation, find your way there. And it might feel good to just kind of move a little bit, feel around. Just notice what's going on in your physical body. And then eventually find your way to stillness. So just settle in, feel into the length of your spine. Feel into the length in the back of your neck. Feel your sit bones against the ground or maybe a prop. And then draw up through the crown of your head. Relax wherever you can relax. So through your face, your shoulders, your hands, your fingers. And just really start to arrive in the here and now. Whatever happened earlier today or whatever might be happening later today, for now, just let that go. Just feel into right here, right now. So everything that's creating your present moment experience. Maybe you notice sounds or smells or textures, temperature on your skin. Maybe you start to really tune in to what you feel inside or what you notice inside. So maybe there's physical sensations or also energetic, emotional sensations. So just welcoming whatever's present for you in the space that you're in. Starting to notice the rise and fall of each breath. And as you notice your breath, begin to deepen it. So purposefully take your inhales all the way down into your low belly. Fill up as big as you can with each inhalation, and then exhale to slowly take your exhales all the way to the very bottom, all the way to emptiness. And start to constrict the little muscles in the back of your throat to regulate your breath, to slow it down, to smooth it out, to create that gentle whisper noise. And then keep your breath flowing. Keep your awareness of it, the sound of it. And next time you inhale, just reach your arms out really wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back, maybe even the slightest little lift of your heart and your gaze. And as you exhale, round, bring the backs of your hands together out in front of your body. curl in. Inhale, open up. So you might even press your ribs slightly forward, shoulder blades squeeze towards your spine. And exhale, round, hollow out, backs of your hands towards one another, or maybe they press together. So just a couple more times. Inhale to open, take up space. Exhale to round and close, contract, curl in. With your breath, inhale, open. And exhale, close. This time, as you inhale, open. So arms out nice and wide. And then just take your right hand to the ground by your side and reach your left arm up and over. So a nice little side body stretch. And I say this every time I do something that's facing the camera. I can't remember if Zoom mirrors for me or if I have to mirror. So just make sure you get both sides. So in class, I always say the opposite when I'm mirroring you, but here I'm never quite sure. Take one more breath, just lengthening through your side bodies or your waistline. And then back up and take the other side. So either your left hand down or your other hand down. And stretch. Keep both sit bones grounded. Lengthen your side body. You might round a little bit or arch a little bit and just see how that changes the stretch slightly. Take one more round. Reach even through your fingertips. And then come back up and just transition to hands and knees. So forward to tabletop position. And from tabletop, we're gonna go right into thread the needle. So make sure your knees are at least hips width distance. Reach your right arm out and all the way up to the sky. Breathe in. And as you exhale, thread your right arm underneath you. Reach through and then come down to rest on the outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. If there's anywhere you want to take this to explore a little bit on your own, feel free. You've got about 3 to 5 breaths. So just big, deep breaths, especially breathe into your back body, your upper back, low back, mid back. Good job, you guys. And then if you do happen to have your left hand or your left knee lifted, just set them both back on the ground. Next time you breathe in, unthread your right arm. Reach it up one more time as high as you can. And then right hand comes down. Take about 3 big clockwise circles with your hips. So all the way around. Fullest range of motion you can find. And feel free if you feel any really tight spaces, you want to kind of work back and forth, totally fine. Now after about 3 big circles or so, start finding your way back to center, back to neutral. And again, bring your knees if they're not already there, hips width distance apart, maybe just slightly wider. We'll take the other side. So left arm out, left arm up, inhale, and exhale to thread it through. So finding your own variation, your own exploration if you want to, and then just big, deep breaths. Good job, you guys. Take a couple more rounds. And then if you happen to have your right hand or your right knee lifted, set them back down. With your next inhale, unthread your left arm and reach it up as high as possible. Exhale, left hand to the ground. Take a few counterclockwise circles with your hips. Again, all the way around as big as you can make them, feeling into those tight spaces, maybe working back and forth. And then eventually, take it all the way back into your downward facing dog. So no rush. When you feel complete with your circles, downward facing dog. I'm gonna blow my nose really quick. Okay, much better. Okay, once you're back in down dog, just move around, feel into it, breathe into it. Pedal out your heels, shift your weight around. Let your head be heavy. So neck is relaxed, head is heavy. Or just feel your neck as an extension of your spine. So you're not looking forward and straining through your neck. Gaze is somewhere behind you or even up at your thighs. Ujjayi breath. Let's take one more great big inhale into our down dog. And then exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you've arrived, just hang out in your fold for a moment. So maybe a nice easy ragdoll pose, grab opposite elbows. Maybe a little sway or bob or bounce. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can let your neck relax and let your head be heavy. Even with a big bend in your knees, you can still get a really nice stretch down the backs of your legs, just as long as you focus on lifting your butt up and try to keep your weight just slightly forward in your feet. Take about 2 more rounds in your forward fold. And then let your head continue to be very heavy. Your arms continue to just hang, but start to ever so slowly roll up. So roll one vertebra at a time, all the way up to stand. Your head is the very last thing to lift and stack. Once your head stacks, take a few rolls with your shoulders. So just roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And then eventually, shoulders roll up, back, and down. Stand with your palms facing forward. So your shoulders are nice and broad. Your heart is just ever so slightly open rather than closed and curled in or collapsed. So take a moment to just stand with ultimate awareness. Root through your feet, draw up through the crown of your head, broaden through your shoulders. Neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Close your eyes and feel this from the inside. So how much awareness can you bring into just standing? Feel your breath rising and falling. Moving through all the little spaces inside of you. And let's take 3 big deep breaths together. So next, inhale, fill up as big as you can. Imagine that you take up more space, so feel into that fullness, hold. Open your mouth and just sigh it out. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, fill up. Hold in fullness, see if you can even sip in a teaspoon more, extra little sip. And then big open mouth sigh. Last one, biggest inhale you've taken all day. Breathe all the way down into your feet, out into your fingertips, up into the crown of your head. Hold. Sip in a little bit more. Keep holding. Open your mouth, let it go. Nice work. Ujjayi, reconnect. Inhale, reach up and stretch. Exhale, swan dive down. So heart leads all the way down into your fold. Halfway lift position as you inhale, so feel into the length in your spine, the back of your neck. Exhale, fold and let it go. From the press of your feet, begin with your heart and rise up, arms to the sky, stretch tall. Hands to heart as you exhale. Again, just like that, arms reach, breathe in. Exhale, take your slow dive down, forward fold. Lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, breathe in. And exhale, bow, let it go. From the press of your feet, heart leads all the way back up, arms to the sky, big stretch. Hands to heart center, exhale. All right, this time, inhale, reach your arms up. We're gonna get right into some balance. Right foot roots down, float your left knee up, active through your left foot. And maybe you focus your gaze on something in front of you that's not moving. So find your balance here first. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to sit back into a one-legged chair. So outer left ankle to the top of your right thigh, hands to your heart. Or if you want, you can bring your hands to your leg or maybe reach your arms back. So if there's a variation you want to take, feel free. Reach your butt back, weight is mostly in your right heel. If you would like, you can start to bring your heart forward, closer to your legs, or even turn it into a forward fold variation. Take about 3 more breaths wherever you want to work, or just hold and breathe. Flexion through your left toes, actively press your outer ankle into the top of your thigh. Good job, you guys. Take 1 or 2 more rounds. And then see if you can stay balanced on your right foot and come back to your standing staff. So arms reach up, left knee lifts. Big inhale here. As you exhale, slowly move into a low lunge. So like you're moving in slow motion, left toes to the back of your mat and hands come down to frame your front foot. Once you land, if you need to make any adjustments, go ahead and make those adjustments. And then move into a twisted or revolved lunge. So left hand on the ground or a block, right arm to the sky. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Pull your right hip back energetically, but your right knee is magnetized to your left armpit. Broaden through the front of your shoulders. So let your heart open. Breathe down into your belly. Take about 2 more deep breaths to work your twist. See if you can feel it coming from your center. So there's some core work happening as you twist. Very end of your next exhale, take it all the way to empty and then let it go. Walk your hands over to the left long edge of your mat, parallel your feet and straighten out your legs. Inhale to a halfway lift. Stay in a halfway lift and just kind of walk your hands towards the back of your mat a little bit as you bend your left knee, your back knee. Keep your right hand or right fingertips on the ground, left arm to the sky. So you're in a little twist, left knee is bent. All of your toes are still facing forward. Open through the left side of your heart. Take 1 more great big breath here. And then end of your exhale, let it go. And same thing other side. So walk your hands forward a bit. Left hand on the ground, right knee bends, right arm to the sky. Open through the right side of your heart, maybe gaze up at your right hand. Your right knee is bent, all of your toes are still facing pretty much forward. If you need to turn your toes out a little bit, that's okay. Take 1 more big inhale to open. Stay for your exhale, work your twist. And then end of your exhale, let it go. Wide-legged forward fold, couple breaths or so, anywhere you want to take it. Hello, Miss Ruby. Good job, friends. Take 1 more round. So if you're working somewhere, start to wrap it up. And then back to a halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. Walk your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. So you're back to a low lunge. From low lunge, plank pose. So top of a push-up, take an inhale, push the ground away. Come to your knees if you want to modify. Exhale to slowly lower. Back bend of your choice. Lift your heart. Shoulders back and down away from your ears. It might feel nice to stay here a little longer. Eventually, downward facing dog. Find your way back. Ujjayi breath. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Open up your right hip, so bend your knee, reach it out and up. Feel your right hip stack on top of left hip, feel the front of your right hip open. Keep both hands rooted and both shoulders strong. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, right knee towards your left elbow or just as close as you can come. Inhale, three-legged dog, option to open your hips, scorpion your right leg. Exhale, right to right. Aim for your armpit, push the ground away as you come forward. Inhale, back up. And exhale, last one, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, and then step forward. And from here, we're going to set up a warrior two. So just your back heel pivots down, windmill your arms up. Settle in. So your front knee tracks towards your pinky toe. Press in the outer edges of your feet. Next inhalation, reach forward and then tip it over, side angle. So right arm towards the ground, left arm towards the sky, or maybe you want to bring your right elbow to rest gently on your right thigh. Keep wrapping your right butt cheek underneath you and track your front knee open toward your pinky toe. Option to take your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Heart is open, shoulders are open, hips are open. Breath is moving through every little space inside. Take about 2 more rounds. Good job, friends. After your 2 breaths, moving into balancing half moon, you can make the transition however you want. So you might kind of inch your back foot forward as you reach your right hand forward, and then back foot floats up. Feel free to use a block under your right hand if you've got one at home. Keep everything open, your hips, your heart, your shoulders. If you want to move into the bound variation, feel free, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Breathe, a couple more rounds wherever you're at. And if you're falling in and out, perfectly fine. That's why we call this a practice. Meet yourself right there. Take one more inhale. If you're holding onto your left foot, re-extend your left leg. And then exhale, top of your mat, set your left foot down. You're in a forward fold, nice and easy. Give your right leg a little shake out if it wants it. And then bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Find a tiny little potato bug ball. So tuck in, curl. Nose towards your knees, butt towards the ground. And you can either intentionally lift your heels high or intentionally press your heels down. You can also wrap your arms around your shins if you would like. Breathe into your back body for about 2 more deep breaths. Each exhalation, get as small and as compact as you can. See if you can find emptiness at the very bottom. Draw navel to spine. Find your center. Good job, friends. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift. So heels down, spine long. Feel free to widen your stance of it if you want. And then exhale, fold. Press into your feet, rise all the way up. Big full body stretch at the top, reach. And hands to heart, exhale. Let's go through a quick vinyasa just to reset. Inhale, reach up and stretch. Exhale, takes you down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, take your vinyasa. Inhale, heart lifts. And downward facing dog, breathe it, or exhale, down dog. Breathe into your down dog. And then with your exhalation, look to the top of your space, stepward float, forward fold. Lift halfway once you've arrived, breathe in. Exhale, bow and let it go. Root to rise all the way up, arms reach. And hands to heart. All right, now doing it on the other side, all of that, arms reach up. Root into your left foot, right knee lifts. So find your balance, flex your right toes, hug in with your inner thighs, maybe focus your gaze. And then as you are ready, come into your figure four, one-legged chair, outer right ankle, top of your left thigh. More weight in your left heel as you reach your butt back. And I'm using this chair to kind of help me with my balance. Feel free to use anything around you. You can put your hand on a wall. If you want to move into more of a forward fold variation, feel free. Just be intentional with whatever you're doing, wherever you choose to go. About 3 more rounds. Breathe all the way down into your outer right hip. Flexion through your right toes. Actively press your outer ankle into the top of your thigh. Take one final breath. And then as best you can, staying balanced on your left foot, come back up to standing staff. Right knee lifts, arms reach. Maybe you even want to extend your right leg forward. One more inhale here. As you exhale, slow motion into your low lunge. So right toes back. And eventually your hands come down to frame your front foot. Once you land, take a moment if you need to adjust your legs. And then twist, left arm to the sky. Strong through your legs, especially your back legs. Squeeze your inner thighs. Left knee is magnetized to your right armpit, but try to pull your left hip back in space. Breathe down into your belly and take about 2 more rounds. End of your second exhalation, let it go. Walk your hands over the right long edge of your mat, parallel your feet, straighten out your legs. I'm going to turn around just so you can see me better. So we're doing the same thing we did before. Come to your halfway lift. And then walk your hands towards the back of your mat, bend your back knee. Now listen, you choose, my friends. You can either take that twist, or if you want, option for full Skandasana. And if you take full Skandasana, you want to add a twist, you're going to twist the opposite direction. So left hand or right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. And if full Skandasana does not work for you, then just stick with that variation we took last time. So make it your own. You don't need to force anything. One more round. And then switch to the other side. So you're either walking your hands forward, bend into your left knee, and then take your twist this way, or pivot your toes out, heels in, right toes face up, right arm reaches up, if you want. So you can stop anywhere along the way. And in Skandasana, if at all possible, we want to keep our left heel on the ground. For most people, that's the hardest part. It's an adjustment of your pelvis. Take about 2 more rounds wherever you're at. Okay, and then as you're ready, just come back into your wide-legged straddle, parallel your feet, and work your pose for a couple breaths or so. Good job, you guys. Take one last round. And then find a halfway lift once again. Fingertips on the ground, walk your hands forward, rotate your toes forward, step your front foot back, plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up, spread your fingers, push the ground away, exhale to lower. Lift your heart, back bend of your choice. And then whenever you're ready, so feel free to give this a little more time if it's feeling good. Eventually back to down dog. Ujjayi breaths. All right, from your down dog, inhale, take your left leg to the sky. And then open up your left hip. So from your down dog, just peel your left hip open. Good, so feel the stretch in the front of your left hip. Feel your left hip on top of right. Stay active through your left foot. Take one more in breath. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, or just as close as you can come. Inhale back up, open your hips, scorpion your leg. Exhale, left to left. Aim as high as you can on your arm. Push the ground away as you come forward. Inhale back up. And then last one, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, round your spine, then step forward softly. Warrior two, so pivot your back heel down and then rise. Take just a moment to settle. Find your alignment. Press into the outer edges of your feet and feel your front knee tracking open towards your pinky toe. Next inhalation, reach forward as far as you can. Then tip it over. So left arm towards the ground, right arm towards the sky. Or maybe right arm reaches forward, maybe left elbow rests on your thigh. So you find your own variation that works best for you today. Keep working your front knee open, don't let it fall in. Keep your hips open, keep your heart open, keep your shoulders open. Take about 2 more rounds of breath. And then from here, we're moving into balancing half moon. So however you like to make your transition, maybe you start to inch your back foot forward as you reach your left hand forward and float your back foot off the ground. Back leg is strong, powerful. If you want, you can work into Ardha Chandra Shavasana, bend your right knee, reach back and grab hold of your foot. You fall in and out, totally fine. Part of a practice. That's why we're not performing, we're practicing. Couple more rounds, your pose, your expression. Make sure your breath is right there with you. If you are holding onto your right foot, slowly re-extend as you inhale. And then exhale, nice and easy, top of your space, forward fold, set your right foot down. You can give your left leg a little shake out if you want to. And then big toes touch, little gap in between your heels, tiny little potato bug ball gets small. You can stay in your potato bug ball just like we did, or option this time to turn it into a toe stand. So point your knees straight forward. The balance comes by hugging towards midline. So hug in with your inner heels, inner knees, inner thighs. Hands to your heart center, long through your spine, soft through your face. Slow, steady breath. Good job, friends. Take one more round wherever you're at. Halfway lift, heels down, spine long, option to widen your stance. Exhale, fold, let it go. Root through your feet, take it all the way up. Arms reach up, big stretch. And hands to heart center. Flow with breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Take your vinyasa however you would like, and we'll see you back in downward facing dog. All right, from your dog pose, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Open up your right hip once again, so bend your knee, reach it out and up. Perfect place to stay, or option to flip your dog if you want, so right foot might come down behind you. Reach your right arm forward, heart forward, lift your hips. Feel the strength in your back body. So back muscles squeeze around your spine. One more breath if you are in the back bend with me. And then everybody come back to a three-legged down dog. Extend your right leg high as you inhale. And then as you exhale, let's just move into pigeon. Right shin forward, set your body down. So take your time to find your alignment, to find the structure. So pull your front hip back, back hip forward. You should feel your right butt cheek not on the ground, even if you can put it on the ground. Like I can sit on the ground, or I can use muscle energy to kind of lift my hips just that little tiny bit. I'm pulling my right hip back as I take my heart forward and down. So if you want to take this in a different variation, please feel free, of course. Once you're bowing forward, to go deeper, just scoot your back knee back a little bit further. And we'll take about 5 rounds here. Open mouth sighs are always welcome. Soften your face, your jaw. Soften your shoulders, your heart. Think about 3 more. End of your next exhalation, start to lift your upper body. We're going to come into a seat, so nice and easy. Let your hips open and just sit over onto your right butt cheek. Swing your back leg around. Take both legs out in front of you for a moment and give them a nice little shake out. Keep your right leg extended. Bring the sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh. Like tree pose, but sitting on the ground. And then I'm going to show you what we're doing first, then we'll do it together. So we're going to bring our left hand behind us and find either modified side plank or modified wild thing, or another version of modified side plank, modified wild thing. And then from here, we're going to do this a few times. We'll sit our butt down and we'll just swing our body forward. So right arm comes forward and back, left hand grabs as far as it can reach. We'll move into a fold. So we'll go back and forth through these 2 poses like a flow about 3 times. So ready? Left hand behind you. Inhale, lift your hips. And then as you exhale, sit bones to the ground, reach forward and work your fold all the way to empty in your breath. Inhale, lift up. Left hand behind you, lift your hips, lengthen. And exhale, sit bones down, reach and fold. Again, come back up. Breathe in. And exhale, fold. This time we're going to hold. So once you're folding, just stay here, breathe here. You can use your right hand out to the side or behind you to kind of work your fold a little more to propel your body forward. Think of pulling your right butt cheek back, forehead toward chin, nose toward knee. Keep pressing your foot into your leg, leg into your foot, and your right toes point straight up. Flex them back towards your shin. Take 2 more deep breaths. Good work. End of your exhale. One more time. We'll come into that modified side plank or modified wild thing. Hold a little longer. Find length and space. One last big inhale. And if you want lion's breath on your exhale, stick out your tongue, cross your eyes, make some noise. Ha! Can be really ugly noise. Bring your sit bones down. And then from here, you guys, straighten out both legs. And then just lean back, a little shake out first. We'll move into, what's it called? Reverse plank or reverse tabletop. So if you want to modify, you have the choice of bending your knees, putting your feet on the ground instead. You want your feet hips width distance apart. Otherwise, legs extended. Squeeze your legs together. Hands are behind you. Spin your fingers towards your hips or out to the sides of your mat, whatever feels best for you. Roll your shoulders back and down, puff up through your chest. This is as far as you have to take it. So stay here if you want. Otherwise, don't let your thumbs and index fingers lift. Press down into thumbs and index fingers. Lift your hips. Keep your shoulders back and down. Don't let them roll forward. Squeeze your legs together. Lift, 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 lift. Breathe. One more big inhale, lift. And release. Good job. We'll meet in down dog. So you can get there your own way. Maybe you want to play with boat pose for a moment. Find your breath. Eventually cross your ankles, rock forward. You can step or hop back, move through a vinyasa or skip it. And eventually, see you back in downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Open your left hip, bend your knee, peel it open. Perfect place to stay or option to flip. Left foot comes down, left arm forward, heart forward. Back muscles really strong and supportive. Breathe down into your belly. If you're in the back bend, one more big deep breath. All the way down into your belly. All the way to empty and then come back three-legged down dog. Everyone extend your left leg high, inhale, and exhale, pigeon. Left shin forward, gently set your body down. Find your alignment, so left hip draws back. It's like there's a rope attached to your left butt cheek, pulling back, and even slightly up. Start your bow forward. You're taking it on your back or in a seat instead, totally fine. You're in regular pigeon. You want to go deeper at any point, to scoot your back knee back a little bit further, doesn't take much. Your left butt cheek, try not to rest it on the ground. Try to find that little bit of structure and strength. Pull your left hip back as you take your heart forward and breathe. Keep some activation in your front toes. If you can breathe slower and bigger and deeper. 3 or 4 more rounds. Take your last great big huge breath here. And then start to lift your upper body. Coming into a seat mindfully, sit over onto your left butt cheek, swing your back leg around. Both legs out in front of you, give them a little shake out. And then left leg's going to stay extended. So lift your right foot to your left inner thigh and kind of adjust your hips a little, adjust so that you're not leaning back, but you're right up on your sit bones. Remember, we've got our fun little flow. So fun. I hope you guys think it's fun. So we're going to turn over our right shoulder. Right hand comes down behind you. On an inhale, lift your hips, reach your left arm back. And as you exhale, sit bones to the ground, sweep your left arm out and back, right hand reaches, find your fold all the way to empty. And then inhale, take it back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bring your sit bones down, fold it in all the way to empty. Exhale, maybe hold in emptiness for just a split second. Inhale one more time, right hand behind you, lift, lengthen. Exhale, sit bones to the ground. And this time we'll hold, so left hand out to the side or behind you. That can help propel your upper body forward just a little bit. Forehead toward shin, nose toward knee. Your right hand is grabbing your foot or wherever it can reach. Keep your right foot pressing into your inner thigh pressing into your right foot. Pull your left butt cheek back as you reach your heart further forward. Take about 2 or 3 more deep breaths. Keep the flexion in your left toes. Good job, you guys. Very end of your next exhale. Take it all the way to empty and then let it go. One last time, right hand behind you, push into the ground, lift your hips, left arm back. So working the length in your left side, maybe turn it into more of a back bend, open your heart. Feel all that space, breathe into all that space. One last big, huge in breath. And if you want, lion's breath for your exhale. Sit bones down. Both legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake out. And then you choose reverse tabletop or reverse plank. So reverse plank is a little more challenging. Legs together for reverse plank, feet hips width distance apart for reverse tabletop. Hands behind you, fingers spin towards your hips or out towards the sides of your mat. So spinning in towards your hips will be more on your wrists, less on your shoulders. Spinning out will be more on your shoulders, less on your wrists. So you choose what works best. Maybe you try the opposite one, the one you didn't do before. So roll your shoulders back and down, puff up through your heart. If your legs are extended, squeeze your legs together, and then next inhale, lift up. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Don't let your thumb or index finger lift. Squeeze, lift, breathe. One last big, huge inhale, lift a little higher, and let it go. Woo. All the way down onto your back, nice and easy. Hug your knees in, take a gentle rock from side to side. Good job, friends. So rock it out. Breathe into your low back. And then keep your right knee drawn in. Extend your left leg forward and set it on the ground. Supine spinal twist. So scoot your hips over to the right side of your mat a bit. Reach your right arm out. And roll into your left side body. Gaze up or over your right shoulder. Try to keep the back of your right shoulder down. If it lifts a little, mine lifts. That's okay. Just have the intention of rooting down through the back of your right shoulder. And especially try not to shrug your shoulder up toward your ear. Big, spacious breaths down into your belly. Gaze is up or over your right shoulder, whatever feels best on your neck. Soft through your face. Take about 3 more rounds here. And then end of your next exhale, take it all the way to empty, slowly unwind. Keep your left leg extended, but you can kind of use your right foot against the ground to scoot your hips back in alignment, so straight down from your shoulders. And then draw your right knee all the way up towards your right armpit, so hands around the front of your right shin, and give your knee a big squeeze in and up, take a big Buddha belly breath. Squeeze, 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 and then turn it into a half happy baby. So sole of your right foot faces the sky, flex your toes back, pull down with your arm, press up through your heel. Imagine there's a heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh. So keep your spine in a neutral position as best you can. One more deep breath right here. End of your exhale, full body stretch. So release your right leg and take it out next to your left leg, arms overhead. Reach actively through fingers and toes and notice if your ribs lift and you get an arch, a big tunnel under your back. See if you can press down through your back ribs, even just a little bit, so you're feeling a more neutral spine as you reach long. One more inhale, just like that. And draw your knees in, little rock side to side, rock it out. Keep your left knee drawing in. Extend just your right leg forward. Supine spinal twist. Scoot your hips to the left, reach your left arm out and roll into your right side. Gaze up or over your left shoulder. Big deep breaths. If you feel any tight spaces where energy feels stuck or just feels dense or uncomfortable, visualize your breath moving into those spaces. Rather than avoiding what feels a little bit uncomfortable, get curious about it. Think about 2 more rounds. And then slowly ease your way back to center. Adjust your hips so they're back in alignment, straight down from your shoulders. Keep your right leg extended and hug your left knee up towards your armpit. So your knee comes out to the side and up. Hands around the front of your shin and just squeeze as you take a big deep Buddha belly breath. And then turn it into a half happy baby. Pull down with your arm, press up through your heel, neutral spine, invisible sandbag on top of your right thigh. And then after at least a couple of breaths in half happy baby, option to turn it into a full happy baby. Just kind of rock it out or play in your own way. Maybe you want to extend your legs or just one leg at a time or bring your legs together. So just take about 5 more breaths or so. to slowly transition into your final relaxation. So any more poses or movements? Any last little stretches? And then start finding your way into your Shavasana. As you settle in, my friends, I will read to you. And this is by Jeff Foster, my favorite. It's about coming alive. It's about waking up to grace. It's about unconditional friendliness and infinite kindness to yourself. It's about making it safe, finally safe for all of those unloved, unmet, unseen waves of the ocean of yourself to crawl out of the depths, out of the darkness, out of the corners and holes and crevices of experience, and come into the light, blinking and full of wonder. It's about giving birth to yourself so that all thoughts are finally allowed to flood in, all sensations, all feelings, all sounds, all those waves that we used to label as dark or evil or negative or dangerous or sinful. Fear, anger, boredom, doubt, confusion, frustration, helplessness. They are finally allowed to come to rest, to breathe, to be fully themselves in the space that you are. They are not separate entities or enemies. They are intimate appearances of you. And so they cannot hurt you, even if they hurt. And this is what we forget sometimes in our rush to fix or normalize ourselves. Yes, all of those swirling, pulsating energies of that which we call life are welcome in the unlimited room that you are, the vast living room in which all of creation sings and dances and paints itself into the ever-changing picture of this extraordinary moment. So just rest and be exactly as you are, allowing whatever is inside to have space, to be felt, to be held, be acknowledged with your loving awareness. Shavasana. And if you feel like you just want to lay in your Shavasana for a while longer, really savor it. That's totally fine. You can stay where you're at. If you'd like to close your practice with me, just take a deep breath in and a big open mouth sigh to let it go. And just slowly start to bring gentle movement back. Slowly start to find a transition onto either side, fetal position. And give yourself a couple rounds of breath, just resting on your side body, breathing into your back body. Just letting yourself really feel held by the ground underneath you a little bit longer. And start to find your way up into seated meditation. So just right back where we started. And sit up tall. Bring your hands to your heart, prayer position, or one palm stacked on top of the other, you choose. Bow your head to your heart in acknowledgement, just thanking yourself for showing up, taking the time to do your practice, to connect to your body and your breath and yourself in a deeper way. I thank you guys so much for letting me guide you. Namaste. Okie dokie schmokies. Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful day.
Thank you,
Yeah, that was
Katie.
pretty awesome.
Good. Glad you enjoyed. Bye bye, friends. See you
Bye.
next week.